It's time. It's time. It's time. Get your hand out of my face, lady. It's your boy Choco Pie Senior. And we've been waiting for this Stranding. We've been waiting. We've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? Now we got a hater, our Gen Z young buddy Johnny, Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed said this game is trash, but Johnny Appleseed is a young Gen Z. Now I also hated the first game, but supposedly this game got good ratings from most reviewers. Now, like I said, I'm playing Blades of Fire, and Blades of Fire is a masterpiece. And IGN gave that a 5. So just because the reviewers give good reviews don't mean jack squat. All right? So let's see. The verdict will be mine. All right. Let's begin. What is all this? My goodness. So many patches already. 3 patches? These items and equipment will become available as you progress through the game. Okay. Oh, I've been waiting. Now, because it is a Kojima game, there's barely any glitches or anything. So, ooh, I love it when a game has difficulty modes. All right. Now, one thing before we start, my folks, I just want to go through. It's supposed to be a masterpiece or a flop, but let's take it slow. Let's first find out if the difficulty can be changed midway through. Diff standing through. Can you change difficulty mid-game? That's the most important thing for me. Yes, you can change the difficulty mid-game. I love that. Most games do that, but some games do not. This game, you can. Good job, John. Did you get paid money for it? No. So, I don't really know if that's a I'm proud of you son moment, to be honest. But the day you get money for it, Uncle will be proud of you. Anyways, back to the real thing. Here we go. This is the settings. Okay, log in at launch. Shared content. Interesting. Avatar image. Okay. Enemy encounter animations. All right. Let me move this camera. It's up in the way. Is up in our business. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not really excited for this game when I heard it was coming out. But then as the days came closer and I started watching more videos, I caught up on the lore. The lore kind of was hard to figure out. It took me watching about 5 different YouTube people speaking for 40 minutes on this game's topics. Each video was about 30 to 40 minutes to finally understand this story. I just understood it. Johnny boy, today is like a real I'm trying to do like a real little review, so I'm gonna ignore you just a little bit. All right, youngster, don't let your feelings get hurt. I love you. Anyways, let's go through the settings. We got markers. I like this. I like when a game does this because it shows you what's going on. So far, setting wise, everything is looking good. Yeah, I don't really care though. That's the thing, Johnny boy. Jack, folks, if you see my video for the first time, just know Johnny boy, he's a youngster, and I love him. But he talks crazy sometimes, and you're gonna have to just excuse him. I'm gonna ignore him for a little bit, but trust me, he deserves it. I love the boy to death, but today it's about not John. It's about this. I give John too much attention anyway. Sometimes for Gen Z, you gotta let them put them in a box, squirt them away in a Hershey's bar, and then eat them kisses. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, here we go. We're gonna keep on going with this. Tips display. I would say yes, we keep it on. Hide signs containing spoilers. Huh? What's that mean? Choose whether or not to display signs. I just moved my camera and still. Oh my god. Regardless. Choose signs which warn of dangers or which point you in a certain direction. I actually like that. I like to know where I'm supposed to go. So we're going to keep that on. Normal difficulty. Let's see. How many difficulty modes they got? They got casual. Gameplay remains relatively effortless. That seems boring, allowing you to enjoy the story. Recommended for those. Then what story mode? Recommended for those who struggle with action games. That might be Johnny Boy right there. Let's see. Normal mixes challenging gameplay with enjoyable story. Okay, we'll stick with that for now. Okay, controller settings. We got motion sensors. Controls for readying weapons and structures. Controls for sprinting. Toggle. Okay. Fair. Strong aim assist. All right. I'm cool with that. Let's see. All right. Let's get vehicle controls. Now there is vehicles in this game. There was in the first game. I just didn't get that far into it. Let's be honest. Okay, every one of us that bought Death Stranding 1, we played it for about maybe 3 to 4 hours, maybe even 10 hours, but we gave up because it was boring and we didn't get to. I didn't even know there was combat in Death Stranding 1. And that's the fact of the matter. Most of us that played the first one gave up halfway through, and the ones that made it through said the game was amazing, but it was a slow pace. Oh, right on. Now that would make sense for the story to do speed runs, but that's kind of cheating, maybe. Okay, screen brightness. You know what? It has a lot of settings, I will say, but I expected a little bit more on the settings wise. But this is on console. This ain't PC, so we're good. All right. Here we go. Ooh, they have a recap. All right. Hey, we got to watch the recap.
Perhaps
now, I kind of
you
already know
remember
what
me.
the story's about.
That's
it's
right.
very complicated,
It's Dead Man.
but it's all right.
The world, as you know, is in awful shape. And it's all because of the Death Stranding.
So supposedly cars. They call it cars, but cars is basically your soul. That I do know. And supposedly in the first, we'll see how good this is at
The
describing it.
dead started to find their way into our midst, crossing over from the other side. We call these entities BTs. Beached things.
I didn't know that meant
When they
beach
came
things.
into
That's so
contact with
stupid.
the living, the result was instant annihilation. A void out, leaving nothing but a massive crater in its wake.
I'm gonna say spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. There is a man later on in the game that I did not get to meet, but supposedly that is his daddy. He is a baby that should have died, but he was born into this world as, I guess, maybe, if I could be wrong, but listen to the YouTube videos, he was the first baby to cause all this. I think. I could be wrong. And even if he wasn't the first baby to cause all this, he is a major player in this whole world story. He was a baby that was supposed to die, but didn't die, and he started the beach things because someone saved him from the beach and raised him. So he has a level 2 power. There is power levels in this game, just like Metal Gear Solid. They had like weird powers and stuff. Now he's only level 2 powers for some reason. I feel like he should have more powers. He doesn't. But let's keep it going.
But that was only the beginning. Strange rain fell from the sky, rapidly aging everything it touched. A phenomenon we came to know as timefall.
Ooh.
Structures would rust and collapse,
Timefall.
and people grew old in an instant. The
Ain't
world
that crazy?
transformed into something completely unrecognizable.
Isn't that the scariest thing you ever heard? Honestly, think about a rain that falls and it makes you age. But then imagine rain that falls that makes you younger too. It'd be like a Benjamin Button type of situation.
Those who survived these changes came to fear both timefall and BTs alike. They withdrew into the remaining cities, which in turn closed their doors to outsiders. People ceased to travel and stopped meeting in person. They grew distant from one another and became further isolated.
Fountain of Youth kind of.
The social, cultural, and
Dang, I
political
forgot what-
bonds between humans began to
I'm gonna
crumble.
try this. All right, now I can talk. Johnny, you always make me go on tangents, but that's why I love you. We always have good conversations. That reminds me, I forgot. I wonder, when did the Fountain of Youth type of mythology first come out? It must have came from one of those Greek mythologies. Anyways, moving on.
The Death Stranding was hastening humanity's extinction. Seeing this, Bridget Strand, the last president of the United States of America, founded Bridges, an organization committed to making America whole again and providing a future for all humankind.
All right. So a little for those of you guys that don't know. So basically, so I remember I had to do this too. You transport dead bodies in this game. So what happens is somebody dies, right? And in 48 hours, supposedly, if their soul, cars as they're called in this game, their soul finds their body, then it will cause a explosion, almost like a nuclear explosion. So this is why sometimes as the FedEx man that our guy here is from The Walking Dead, he has to carry bodies and deliver it to get it basically burned. You know, because if they don't do that and the soul finds the body, then boom, it becomes. I don't know if it's an automatic explosion or they turn into those monsters. That one I'm a little confused about in the story.
However, Bridget died before she could realize this ambition. It was you, Sam, who took up her cause and resolved to see it through. Sam, the humble porter, who also possessed the unique powers of a repatriate. The one and only person who could save humanity. So with Bridges' Cupid in hand, and accompanied by the bridge baby Lou, you embarked on a journey across North America.
Okay, so I feel like I don't know too much, but I've watched 4 YouTube videos. Okay, so Bridget over here, she's very important. Supposedly, her soul, her car came out, and you meet her soul, but she does not let us know. This lady who's dying from cancer, she got cancer because of this infectious stuff happening. But her soul, her car, meets our guy Sam in this video game from the first game. And they even, I don't know, it was a weird, it almost seemed like a mother son and then also like a wife type of thing, but it's weird. But this is the real Bridget. She aged and she died. Um, the baby thing, the baby thing was so weird from the first game, shaking it. It was so interesting and weird. I didn't know how to feel about it. I felt like it was annoying a little bit, but I didn't give the game enough of a chance. But apparently, for Sam, he has powers. He has these psychic powers or whatever. But for him to see the BTs, the little dead people's souls, he has to have the baby for some reason. And then the baby gives him the power to see the monsters, basically.
Of course, you had struggles of your own, often phasmophobia, or the fear of being touched. The despair of having lost everything was just too much. But despite it all, you strive to bring people together. By extending the
There's
Cairo
Bridget.
network across the length and breadth of the continent, you would enable the rebirth of the United States as the United Cities of America. You were also to rescue Bridget's daughter, Amelie, who had been taken captive by terrorists. These were the vital missions you were entrusted with, Sam.
So, it's going to tell us later, I'm sure. But basically, this girl is the old lady with cancer. But their body and soul is separated. So, here is Amelia. I hope I'm right about that.
We,
Oh, was
your
that
friends
Obama?
at Bridges, did everything we could to support your efforts. There was our director, Di Hardman, a close
Die
associate of
Hardman.
Bridget, who was dedicated to fulfilling her final wishes. His commitment to American Reconstructionism was absolute, and for that he was named the first president of
His
the
mask
UCA.
looked cool, though. I'm not going to lie. That mask looked real cool. Now, I don't really know too much about Die Hardman.
And of course,
I remember that guy.
the incomparable Dead
Man.
yours truly. I'd like to think we became the best of friends. As you may recall, I was born from an artificial womb, and over the course of my life was the recipient of numerous organ transplants. I've always got on with the dead. I used to be a coroner. Anyway, I pushed myself physically and mentally to help you and your BB, Lou.
Now, the baby Sam carries throughout the first game, for some reason, I am forgetting what if that baby, whose baby is it? You know. But like I said, they need these babies to see the BTs, which are the beach things. Funny, funny name for it. But basically, people go to this beach. They all have their own beaches, apparently. And it's basically your path when you die to get to heaven or the afterlife. But something happened that stalled everyone from getting to your own afterlife.
Mama
No,
and Lochna were twin sisters, as you
don't
may
know them.
remember.
I remember the girl
Skilled
I'm laying down
scientists who
though.
developed the Cupid, which was essential for chiral network expansion. A personal tragedy caused the two of them to grow apart. But they've since reconciled, with both their souls residing in the same body.
Okay, what I just heard right there, what the heck? I don't understand. Are they the same person? They might be. Like I said, body and souls in this game could be separated. Kind of weird, but all right.
Ah, Hartman.
Hartman.
Every 21 minutes, his soul departs his physical form, and for 3 minutes, his body is clinically dead. During this temporary death, his soul is sent to the beach. That's why he knows more about the beach and the Death Stranding than anyone
I guess that's
else.
a superpower.
His knowledge proved indispensable in the execution of your mission, Sam.
I'm so glad they picked Sam though from Walking Dead. He was such a good actor in the Walking Dead TV series. I loved it. Now I didn't watch all the seasons because it got kind of boring after they killed my ancient dude. But I did love the first seasons of The Walking Dead. It changed TV history.
Fragile. Leader of the private delivery outfit, Fragile Express. Exposure to timefall caused her entire body from the neck down to age
Oh,
significantly.
Sam?
It was the mark
Ooh.
of a terrible betrayal. Higgs, a former comrade, used timefall as an instrument of torture, you see. To no surprise, Fragile was hell-bent on getting revenge. But after meeting you, Sam, she had a change of heart.
Okay. Now, I didn't know this. Okay, but that's pretty disgusting. She has Benjamin Button halfway. Now, if you don't know, Benjamin Button's about a man, famous actor. I forgot his name right now, but he is born old as a baby, and then he gets older, but then he gets younger as he gets older, and then he eventually dies as a baby. It's a weird movie. It's almost like close to pedophilia, to be honest, because he finds a lover in that movie, and he de-ages, right? And the lady and them, they have intercourse, but then later he becomes a baby, and that lady takes care of him as a baby. So I don't know. Up to debate. Is Benjamin Button a pedophile movie or what? Who knows? Anyways, as for this, her face is not affected by the time fall, which ages you, but it's said from the neck down. It's so she has a 90-year-old grandma's body, but her face is like a woman in her 20s. Would you guys be able to handle that kind of woman? If you are, you got a good soul, maybe.
As your friends, we would stop at nothing to see you succeed. But ultimately, crossing the continent was
So
something
Dead
you
Man
had to
is our
do on
friend.
your own, with only Lou for company.
In a
And
heart,
with
man.
no end to the forces that stood in opposition. Deadly BTs, unforgiving terrain and unpredictable weather, ruthless terrorists. The list goes on.
I don't know which part you were asking what on, John. Um, if you're asking about the movie Benjamin Button, then yeah. But if you're talking about that lady, what I just said, then it's pretty clear. She's she got rained upon. Rain ages you in this game. So from the neck down, she got hit by rain. So her whole body from the neck down is aged like an old woman, but her face did not get touched by the rain. So her face is still young, but her whole body down is old. So saggy titties, everything saggy and wrinkly. That's what it means. All right, let's keep going.
Without a doubt,
I did
your
not meet this
greatest
character
enemy
because I
was
didn't play the
Higgs.
game all the way.
Convinced that humanity deserved to go extinct, he kidnapped Amelie and tried to torment you
Amelie, which is
and
British.
countless others. But neither
Yes,
he nor
but
anything
she's
else
actually
could
young.
stop you from
It's just she
achieving
got
your
hit by the
goal.
rain. All right, let me see this. Read this again because I don't know Higgs. So Higgs is a villain, I'm supposed, from the first game. Now I did watch YouTube, but I just don't remember everything. Convinced that humanity deserves to go extinct. So supposedly in this game's universe, there's been 6 extinct things, like extinction, apocalypse, as you can say from the Bible, right? Like first, like there's the dinosaurs, there's many other ones supposedly in this game, shut up, John. Anyways, there's like the dinosaurs also had their extinction one, and now we're on our sixth one in this game. Or is it the seventh? Because Sam, I don't know if he stopped it from the last game, but he believes humanity deserves to go extinct. They always come back, right? Different forms. Now he kidnapped Amelie, who is Bridget, the cancer lady, but that's her soul, I'm assuming. Souls can have physical bodies in this game, supposedly. I don't know. It's a little confusing. I could be telling this wrong, and if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments. And torment you and countless others, but neither he nor anything else could stop you from achieving your goal. And what is our goal?
The chiral network was finally completed. The
Ah,
bridge to the future was built, but your ordeal was not yet over. You had to learn the real nature of the Death Stranding,
I hope so.
a secret that Amelie had kept hidden from us all this time, and a terrible
Oh,
truth
here we go.
you had to face. But you
Here we go.
accepted this final revelation, Sam, and did what had to be done.
So they're about to boom you with letting you know that Bridget is Amelia's, but that's her soul. It got tripped. Her soul, Amelia's soul, got stuck on the beach where, like I said, in this game is like the halfway. We would call it, the Catholic says, limbo, which is not a real place. There's nowhere called limbo in the Bible, but the Catholics believe in limbo. There's no such place. Um, my own point of view. But basically, the beach is limbo.
America rose from the ashes as the UCA, and as the people celebrated your accomplishments, you carried out one final mission in secret: to save your BB, to save Lou. You removed
They're
the
not.
child from the
Don't
pod
worry.
that was their prison and began a new life together. And so it was that the two of you vanished without so much as a trace.
I thought they were gonna tell us like a wait, what? America rose from the ashes as the UCA, and as the people celebrated your accomplishments, you carried out one final mission in secret to save your baby, right? To save Lou. You removed the child from the pod that was their prison and began a new life together. Okay, so yeah, he ended up loving the baby. Oh, I thought it was gonna tell you that Bridget was Amelia. Wow, this pre-prologue for the game really sucks. I'm gonna tell you right now, before you play this game, go watch one of those 30 minutes YouTube videos. They're pretty lengthy because this game is kind of crazy with their gaming story. The story is crazy, it's epic. Kojima's crazy, right? He's like one of those artists, like nothing's good enough. I'm crazy, but also he makes crazy good stuff at sometimes. But anyways, this barely spoke upon anything of the storyline. So you're gonna go in blind. So 100% suggest you go watch a YouTube video explaining the first game story. Yeah, that didn't tell nothing about nothing. Only told a little bit, like literally like 10% of what the first game story was. John, I'm gonna have to turn off the captions if you're gonna just stop. Like this is different. Like today, I'm gonna fully enjoy this game. Like I'm gonna enjoy this, and I ain't gonna have you ruin it, or ain't nobody else, homie. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Choose your preferred level of difficulty. This can be changed later. Okay, normal's cool. Normal's cool. Oh, what is it? It is said that a person's birthday will indicate their path of life. What? Research has also shown that it can determine a person's experience of dooms. What in the freak? Enter your birthday and see what the future has in store. Oh. That's weird. Hey, YouTube pauses this part when it says enter your birthday. I guess it makes sense. It doesn't want us to show you our birthday. I should put my birthday as tomorrow, so maybe this game. Yeah, I'm gonna do that just so this game, maybe it will give me like a special surprise. So I'm going to do it because yeah, I feel like doing that. So we're gonna put our birthday as one month. We're in June. Okay, June 23rd. We'll put it June 24th. So just in case, our new birthday for Choco Pie is June 24th, baby. No, it's tomorrow. Birthday will be tomorrow. But the only reason I'm doing this is maybe the game gives you like some kind of gifts or something. I don't know. But my real birthday, I'm not gonna wait this long, and I'm not gonna play this game for that long. Oh crap! What is this? Whilst dooms can inflict almost anyone, those born under constellations with greater connection to the beach, including Cancer, Pisces, Cetus, Delphius, are said to be more susceptible to developing the condition. Wait, I don't know zodiac symbols. Crap. It is believed that such individuals are fated to walk a life path fraught with disquiet and turmoil. Damn it. Wait a minute. Is June Cancer, Pisces, Cetus, or whatever Delphinius? Because I don't want more trouble for me in this game. What is this game, dude? Kojima, you tripping, dog. Now I gotta look up zodiac symbols and crap. Zodiac signs. Okay, Cancer. Um, we don't want to be Cancer. Oh crap. Okay, sorry. Redo stream. Well, I don't know about redo stream, but yeah, redo stream.